Gbogbo wọn lọ lọ́wọ́ bẹ̀. 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 Reflect our past.
All right. Let me pause this. All right. So, just to really pause to so the Sowore protest is ongoing now, and you're watching it live, of course. And just as I anticipated, fresh of the success of the last protest, Sowore protests have reverted back to type. So it's just a bunch of renegades, just a handful of them, by the way, just a handful of renegades are just shouting Aluta nonsense. So they will shout Aluta nonsense either till they lose their voice or the police disperse them. That's just really, this is typically what a Sowore protest is. About 10, 20, no more than 50, and at stretch 100 people just gathered singing Aluta songs until the police come to disperse them. So that days of rage, that wasn't actually the days of rage that we saw just a couple of a couple of not a couple of months, just about a month and a bit ago. That days of rage we saw, it wasn't anything about the Sowore. It was more an outburst of disparate angst against the government. So that was what that was. So what you are seeing now is a Sowore protest, which is just a bunch of look at a bunch of a lot of renegades making
First of
noise.
all, you can't even speak without me because I came in first.
All right. So sorry, carry on.
No, not
Good
you, not you. I'm talking about Foley.
no, Folly is at the heart of it. Folly
Oh,
is the public relations officer for Sowore. So
oh
Folly
wow,
is a senior politician.
wow.
Is a chieftain of the Sowore AAC party.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Well, there you go. Good morning, Foley and one man. It's morning over here, and I want to say happy independence to all my lovely Nigerians, and I hope that this independence will, like, open our eyes to want better. And I can see there's an improvement in the Nigerian, in our nation, I see the improvement because our eyes are open. We want better for ourselves, because think about it, we've had like two protests in less than in just this year alone. We've had two protests, or even more. I think we had
Yeah,
more
in
than
less
two
than 6 weeks, really.
Yeah,
Yeah, or even more. Yes.
we had a lot of protests. I'm happy that Nigerians, their eyes are open. They're no longer sufferhead, and I have hope. I have hope, and Tinubu made it possible, because so many people expected so much from Tinubu, because he's the Jagaban, he's the Lagos boy. He knew the hustle back then, even growing up as a Nigerian. He wasn't brought up in a silver spoon, so he knew better. So it's for him to get to this stage, and he can't really rubbish us like that. He can't disappoint. So a lot of people lost hope, and they were kind of shocked that he's turned into like the typical politicians, with the whole Emi Lokon, Yoruba Lokon, slogan that he started. We expected better. So, but I'm just happy, this in this year alone, and this administration has really opened everyone's eyes, that all politicians can be selfish. So we need to, put things back in perspective, and, you know, let them know that we are in charge. Ramen, don't mind me. I'm working out. I have to keep my shape. So that's why you're hearing all the
Don't
background
worry. Keep
noises.
up the good work.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it's not easy being
So,
you.
so happy independence to all my lovely Nigerians. I'm a Nigerian myself. Whenever I feel like it, Sometimes I claim I'm
No,
Nigerian.
I was just
Sometimes,
going to ask because you were not Nigerian yesterday, so I wondered was between yesterday and today, you're back to being a Nigerian now. You were not Nigerian
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, I'm back to being a Nigerian today, because to see that people are not just sitting down at beer parlors and drinking and just chilling, or even at the stadium, with Tinubu and, chanting and Milokon or whatever. People are protesting, you know. That is the type of Nigerians I want to see in our country. People that want the best for their country, for themselves. I love the passion, you know even though it is a political protest, but every politician needs to be held accountable, even Sowore himself. So I like what I'm seeing. So yeah, they should keep up the good work. I'm very proud of Nigerians only today. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But I'm still on the panel. I'm gonna be here, just chilling because I don't have anything I'm doing
All right,
this
brilliant.
morning.
All right, that's great. Let's hear from Folly. So, Folly, I thought of it. So how is it going? What level of success do you attribute? And we're only seeing Lagos now, but how widespread is it, this protest, Folly rather?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I think the protest just started today. Will continue until we win. So there is nothing much happening in Abuja today because I think there is too much of security on the road. Everywhere was um, built up with military personnel, police officers, and so many of them. So I think people are actually afraid of coming out to express their feelings towards the governance. But either they like it or not, Nigerians were hungry, and there is no anybody that can actually stop someone who is very hungry not to protest, except they do the needful by making sure everything in the countries actually go well and people enjoying this one life they come to, because life doesn't have, you don't come here two times, you only come here once. And they should just allow Nigeria to have the benefit of being in Nigeria before before you go back to wherever you come from. So they've started in Lagos State, and I think I'm seeing what's happening in Lagos State as an achievement for the protesters. They are coming on board, and that's how struggle always begin. You can't just get it 100% at a go. But what is going on, I believe people will definitely see what they need to do. The protest at this particular period is actually needed, and they need to do more for these people to even see us as a serious person, as a serious citizens. We need to get on their neck this time around and do whatever we need to do.
Solly, are you impressed by the level of success of the protest? Because we're looking at it now, and it doesn't look especially an impressive crowd. So that's one. And then this protest that doesn't have an end date. So how sustainable is it? That's two. And then it's insisting has to be adhered to before the protest is called off. How realistic are they? He wants the constitution changed. He wants the system changed to the Senate. They should stop the Senate and only have House of Representatives. He wants 250,000 naira minimum wage. He wants Nnamdi Kanu release. These are just some of his somewhat far-fetched demands. So, and he's saying if these demands are not met, the protest will not stop. So, how realistic are those demands? And then, how successful will you deem this protest that we're all looking at?
All right. I think in any revolutionary movement like this, before they started, they used to pick a lot of issue that is bothering them. But I think one always being the one that will actually cause the whole issue for people to see that they actually needs to do something about it. To me, all the what's it called requests that are being given out there, I would have preferred the issue of our INEC to be well structured. We want to have an INEC that we can be the one that is controlling by ourselves, not the one that people in power are controlling. I think by the time we get to that stage of what's it called, rebuilding the INEC, I think people will know that every one of us actually we are in for that, because even these people, I not believe that people can actually make anything happen in this country anymore. I have my trust, my faith in them. But notwithstanding, we can still be an active citizens, asking them what we want for our country. And if they actually see us being serious, they have no option than to dance to whatever we want from them. But keeping quiet at this particular period will be too dangerous for us. We can't be quiet. So if there are people who are coming out to
Yeah,
protest, to ask for something,
Folly, I
yes,
50% agree with what you're saying. I agree with you that last statement that we cannot all keep quiet with the country being the way it is, because the way that country is no different from the way it's always been. So we cannot be quiet. And I also agree with you that we should protest as our civic right, civic responsibility, and a fundamental human right. I agree with that as well. But the demands that Sowore is making, I don't somewhat agree with that because the demands are to he should have set realistic targets that can be achieved. So if he had set like a 5 point realistic targets that can be achieved, that the government can negotiate and concede to. Oh, look at that! That's we've been waiting for this moment, and there she is right there. So for the chairman lovers, that's a little teaser right there. Oh, she's hidden away now. For the for it should have set realistic targets that can be achieved. So that um they can actually record a success, because it's very difficult for them to record any success with this protest, because it's near impossible for the government to accede to those requests, to change the constitution, to get rid of the Senate, to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditional. So all of this, it's just near impossible. So you should have set maybe three,
you know,
5 targets that are
okay.
achievable, so that we can actually record the success.
I think what you are saying is actually correct. But the reason why I will not 100% support what you are saying is this: a lot of people, we have millions of people as Nigerians, and this demand that actually brought together are not just being bring out by Omoyele Sowore alone. I think it's a poll that people actually bring out what they actually their own kind of what is paining them, what they want. And I think a lot of people have their own space where their own shoes are pinching them from. So those are people that actually bring out all those things. But at the same time, if there is anything that is actually bringing all these what's it called, requests from the citizens, it's just one thing: we have bad people in the space of governance who are not doing what they need to be doing, and who are not ready to do what they need to do. And for citizens coming up with with different point of view on how they want things to be done, I think a lot of people believe in Nnamdi Kanu has been kept there for so long in their own space. The area they think they can protest on is by government releasing Nnamdi Kanu. There are people that want that to happen as well. There are people who are saying that the constitution we are dealing with in this country is not actually representing the people of Nigeria. There are people on that area as well who actually speaking against that as well. There are people who believe that what's it called? The INEC is not doing the proper job. So a lot of people, a lot of organizations believe in their own place, on their own space they want to protest for. So if anybody is bringing out whatever you want to protest for, nobody should say they are not those things they are putting out is not really important. Everybody know what is important to him, and that's why everybody is bringing out
All
and
right.
saying whatever
Let me
is
ask you
in
this,
their own spaces.
Folly.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Is the protest to highlight these concerns or to effect change? Because there are two different agendas. If it's to highlight these concerns, then they can protest to highlight these concerns, put it at the front burner of the Nigerian consciousness, and force the government to think, and the people to think about these things as the ultimate things that needs to change for the country to move forward. So that's one. If it's just to highlight these areas of concerns, that's one. But if the protest is actually to effect change, it's a different thing. because this protest is not going to affect the changes that you are just enumerating right there, but it can highlight them because we're discussing them now, so clearly it's highlighted. But it's never the constitution is not going to be changed as a result of this protest. Certainly not. INEC is not going to be changed as a result of this protest. Certainly not. But they can highlight it as areas of concerns where the people are looking to the government to effect change. So if that is the thing, then it can just be a 1-2 day protest, and then everybody goes home and then they continue the conversation. But change, then the subject matters are not realistic.
Okay, I think let me come this way. Maybe the way I was actually trying to put it before is not right, is not really clear to you. What I'm saying is this: whether you are lighting it or you want to infect it, you have to start from somewhere. A journey of 1,000 miles must start with a baby steps. So, and it's not a day that you give birth to a child that you are expecting that child to start walking. So I believe you are lighting the what's it called, the problem, and you are trying to make people to say it. Can be something. It can be an eye opener for citizens who actually see all these things as things that is not possible, but they want it to happen. To join the protest, to join the struggle, to make it happen. By the time government now see that the protest is getting momentum, and they can actually decide to look for a way to talk to the protesters by organizing a kind of what's it called, a talk with them, and by then people who are protesting can actually bring their own representative out to go and speak about the main causes, the main things that actually cause the problem. And by then, maybe these people can actually see it as if, okay, these people are actually they want this, and how can we make it happen? So we can't just say it because it's not achievable, and we don't try to say anything about it. We have to start from somewhere, and I can bet it with you. If Nigerians are actually serious and they were ready, these people have no option. Everything that we put on that in mind can be achieved. There is none of it that can be achieved. But the problem is this: is people actually ready to take their country from these people, to challenge the system, to allow to force the system to do the needful? This is what we should be talking about. There is not anything that these people put out there that is not needed by Nigerians.
All right, let's bring Ogbeni into the conversation. So, Ogbeni, there it is. We've not even yet recovered from the last one. They're back on the streets again. I'm not quite sure what you're making of the size of the crowd. The protest only seems to be happening in Lagos at the moment. Not especially an overwhelming crowd, but sufficient enough to have a protest. So, what are you making then of Sowore coming out just after he went back home? So what are you making of the Sowore protest and the objectives?
One man, let me greet everybody. I'm actually at work, but I just said, okay, let me join my Ekiti brother fully to also contribute to this matter. And Madam Shoma, hello, I greet everyone. One man, it is what it is. But let me first say kudos to Sowore. Why am I saying kudos to Sowore? I've always known Sowore as a peaceful protester. Okay, right from his university days. I wasn't in university when he was in university, so don't get me wrong. But I know, and I became an activist in my own university to hear about Sowore's name. There are big names like that we used to hear in the student union back then. In Ife, they will tell you that of UI, they will tell you those of Zaria and Lagos, and they are past leaders.
Sorry, Ogbeni. Sorry. Carry on the conversation amongst yourself. I'll be off for about a half an hour thereabout. Choma, you're in charge.
Oh, okay, half an
Okay.
hour. I'll soon leave anyway. So I will give kudos to Sowore for staging a peaceful protest. At least so far, it's been a peaceful protest. But one of the things I know Sowore for is he will not allow you to hijack his protest. He will not allow you to bring criminalities, and he will not allow criminals to take advantage of his protest. This is different between Sowore and some other people leading protest. So it's been peaceful so far. They are not disturbing anybody. Although today is not a business day in Nigeria, we'll see what will happen tomorrow. That is going to be business day. I believe they will ensure that businesses are not truncated. People you said you are fighting for, you're not harming them or hurting them. I believe that you're not going to have negative impact on our economy that we are complaining about already. So, and reason why I'm saying this is nobody is more Nigerian than the other. You can't be speaking for me and speak against my interest. Sowore represent his own interest, others represent their interest. You can't say you want to lord your own interest over others. But if this is the interest of the majority of Nigeria, why not? As long as we are doing it within confines of law. That said, as far as I'm concerned on this protest, my take is that Sowore is simply preparing for 2027. It may sound so bitter or hurtful for his disciples. Um, I don't see the reason for this protest because, and don't get me wrong, when you say reason, because these days, the moment you say, oh, you don't see something wrong in someone speaking against government, the next thing people try to tell you is that people are suffering. It's because you are not suffering. It's because of this. That bad wagon argument is, I know what many people peddle now in our society. But why am I saying this? I'm saying it not because protest is not good. Protest is good, but there are reasons for protest, and there are aims and benefit reasons why people go on protest. Yes, first, to exercise your freedom of expression. Something is even therapeutic in nature. Okay, you're raising awareness about something which Foley has talked about today, and I agree with him. Yes, you want to influence policy change. It's another, and protest is part of what we use to strengthen democracy because everybody, if even if you fall in the category of the minority, you still have to speak your own out, even if they're not going to follow it. The fact that you even speak out alone makes you to feel among, and so a lot of things we use protest to achieve, particularly in a saner environment. But do we get to achieve that with protest in our country? That would boil down on the list of what they are contending or what they want government to do. Let's just pick few of them and see. And you will understand why I said Sowore is simply preparing for 2027. I don't have any problem with that. The only area I have problem with, you can't be a politician today and be an activist tomorrow. It doesn't work. I've not seen where it worked at all. If you're an activist, remain as an activist. Put government on their toes. Protest against government. Be a strong activist. Let everybody knows that you are speaking your point and you are making your point. If you're a politician, stay in your lane. Be a politician. And what does politician do? They provide, if you are in the opposition, if you are in the leading party as a politician, you will be on the front of policy change. You will be on the front of answering questions for people and making life better for people. If you're on the opposition side, you put government on their toes. You provide alternative strategies and policies that you think will be better than what the present government is doing. That's a politician, not an activist. So being an activist and a politician at the same time makes me to see Sowore as somebody who is just preparing for 2027 and want to win the heart of some people. Particularly today, I saw him where he's starting his protest from. It's good. The Ipobians are joining. Because I saw him from Ikeja, they are moving to where do you call it? And we could see the crowd that is joining. And what are they chanting? Basically, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. So let's pick the year of Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, you are simply saying releasing Nnamdi Kanu. And the question I ask is, okay, so was Nnamdi Kanu, what has it got to do with economy? So now, as it stands now, the last time in court that Nnamdi Kanu spent in court, what happened? He practically intimidated that judge to resign from his case. Now, his case is pending reassignment from that court to another court. So in the USA, where Sowore is from, is it so the solution to release a criminal suspect is by protest?
Oh, Benny, excuse me. Can I ask you a question, right?
All right.
Mandela, he was an activist, right?
Yeah.
And he ended up being a president, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
So don't you think Sowore can be president too, even though he's an activist in our country?
Yeah. You see, I love what Sowore is doing. What I'm saying is this: when you look at Mandela, for instance, Mandela was an activist, and that led him, to prison. He was in prison. He spent his time in prison. He came out from the prison and he became a politician. He remained a politician till he died. In fact, at a point in time, his so-called activist constituency of based started working against him when he became a politician. In fact, it's a very fantastic example you just given me. They started working against him because they didn't believe in what he started doing. A lot of compromises he started making with the same white that was once upon a time fighting. That's the striking difference between Mandela as an activist and Mandela as a politician. The guy transited. Okay? If you listen to Malema, all those guys, and to date, one of the reasons why they left the AAC also was because they felt at a point in time Mandela was not carrying out their mandate. So they believe he made a lot of compromises. But that is the life of a politician. It's not the same thing as the life of an activist. Gani Fawehinmi tried it too. He was a fantastic activist and he was achieving a lot. But at a point in time, he dabbled into politics. And he retracted his step back and went back to his lane, activism. Same thing with Uncle Femi Falana. Uncle Femi Falana also dabbled into it. NCP. I voted for him in Ekiti 2003. He dabbled also into politics. But when he realized it, he went back to his activism. Since that 2003 that he contested as governor of Ekiti, I'm not sure Uncle Femi went back to politics to date. So let's pick Nnamdi Kanu, for instance. That is one of the major things they were chanting in Lagos today. And I could see majority of people chanting Nnamdi Kanu are hypobians. I don't have any problem with them. You have your freedom of expression and freedom.
Sorry. I don't know if Shoma can actually play the background voice so that we can hear what they're actually chanting. If it's Nnamdi Kanu or something else, I don't know if that can be happened so that we won't have a kind of misplace of information here. Please, can anybody actually allow us to hear what they are saying at the background?
Yeah, I think Woman is still in the background because he hasn't given me like the operational system, because I'm seeing the same thing you guys are seeing on your screen. So there's not that many functions I can do here.
Okay, let me resolve it this way. Is Foley saying that one of the demand is not to free Nnamdi Kanu? Is that what you're saying?
It's one of their demand, but you telling me that's what they are shouting. That's what they are shouting. That's what I'm trying to.
Okay,
because at least if we listen for like a minute, I will now see whatever they are saying. So we can clear what you are saying as to support whatever you are saying. That I just want to support what you are saying.
Okay, so but okay, let's leave that for now. Let's say they have list of demands and they are chanting all their lists, because I don't see any protest where you will know exactly what they're saying. Let's say they have many lists. One of it is in Nnamdi Kanu. I just want to talk on that in Nnamdi Kanu first, and then maybe run to one or two of the lists before I list. So, and my question about Nnamdi Kanu is that who should release Nnamdi Kanu? What is Sowore talking about? Nnamdi Kanu was a criminal suspect. Regardless of what you believe, you can sit in the comfort of your home and believe that Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything. Yes, Everybody has freedom to believe whatever they believe, but it is for the court to decide. Except we're calling for anarchy, or except we don't believe in the authority of the state again. That is when you can sit in your comfort of your home and you think whatever you say is what the court must do, or that's what the government must do. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in the same society, and it won't work that way in our nation. Nnamdi Kanu was picked as a criminal suspect charged to court. He has been shouting that Supreme Court has freed him, but that's a lie. The copy of his judgment is online. Any average Nigerian can go and read it. That judgment said he should go back and face his trial. So go back and face your trial. You appeared. You told the court that the court should free you because Supreme Court has freed you. You and your lawyer intimidated that court, and you make the judge to disqualify herself. And the judge disqualified herself.
Okay, sorry. I just want us to make this to be an interrogation, so that it won't be as if somebody's just talking here. Please, I don't know. The way me I'm seeing life as well. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about general perspective now. Me. I think if I commit any offense, and you want to try me, I would have used. I think it isn't supposed to take you more than 6 months to do whatever you want to try about me, and let me go and face my consequence of whatever any action I put in place. But keeping me in a place for years without any successful trial, I think it can actually cause another problem within the space. Because if you say Nnamdi Kanu have committed any offense and he needed to be tried, why can't you just go straight to go and try him and don't keep him forever? And the reason why I'm saying this is this: the struggle that Nnamdi Kanu is actually leading is not the only one leading it. And if you actually convict him, okay, you have done this, and this is the reason why we are putting you in jail. We are jailing you for this. And think this will set an example to his followers, people who still want to follow him, to his own what he's doing. And I think it will serve as an example to them, for them to be able to adjust themselves. Because by that time, whatever he has done as an offense will have clear to everybody that this is what this guy has done. So everybody that want to follow him will have learned a lesson from whatever the guy has committed. They will have started doing something. But when you are not even clearing the space for him, what he has done wrong, nobody knows what he has done wrong. The court has not sentenced him for him to face the consequence of any action has ever committed. I think this can actually give birth to another set of people to carry out the same mission, even more brutal than the way he has been doing it. I'm just thinking from my own brain anyway. Yeah. But I don't know if you can actually share more light on the delay on his court case.
Let me throw some light on that. It is so easy for Nigerians, particularly those ones that are not, it's either they are not well informed or they refuse to be informed. Some are genuinely not that informed. Some they are just carried away by the popular talk in town or in street. And unfortunately, our social media don't even help, and our mainstream media don't also help. I've never watched channels or AIT or all these guys or TVC or Arise doing a thorough dissection of Nnamdi Kanu case. I've never. It's either you watch Arise, lambasting court, or you watch channel, rigmaroling, and they don't look at it. Now, my brother, let me tell you the little I know. Nnamdi Kanu himself has been a recalcitrant accused person. Now, you talk about try him and let us know what he has done. If he has to go to prison, let him go to prison. It's fine. That's what government should do for suspects. But don't forget that it's both ways. The suspect or the criminal, the accused person you've taken to court, how cooperating is the person. Let's look at Nnamdi Kanu as a case example, as a case study. Nnamdi Kanu, when they first charged him to court, you see, they keep saying, we don't even know what he said he do. Nnamdi Kanu himself knows, because they must have served him the charge sheet and proof of evidence. And everything against him must have contained there. Why am I saying this? Because he has an application that he wants to find an application that is challenging those charges, his counts in the charges. And when you are challenging it, you can't face your trial. It just like I said, offense number 1, offense number 2, offense number 3, offense number 4. You came to court and you say, no, my lord, before you even put me on trial, all these offenses cannot even stand. Let's pick it one by one. You delayed your own trial. But they will tell you, it's government, it's government. The first thing Namkan first started doing was to apply for bail, and they started dragging bail. This man from Abia, that senator of Abia, eventually came out and Shorty in Kanu. We're all in Nigeria. You all remember. I've forgotten his name now, that senator. Shorty. After the Shorty in Kanu, granting bail and everything, the next thing was to start challenging the counts. Oh, this count number 1, count number 2. When they challenged the count and the court made this verdict, he appealed against that. And by the time they appealed, instead of them to start facing trial, they refused to face trial and said they wanted to wait for that court. Okay, while that one was pending, what was the next thing? He jumped bail.
Okay, no, my brother, I think I don't want to do as if I don't know anything about Nnamdi Kanu saga, and I don't want to pretend as if I don't know little about what is actually happening in this country, because since 2014, 2012, I've been trying to allow my conscience to be the pioneer of my thoughts. And since then, I've been trying to see what is actually wrong with our environment. And I don't know how we are going to get ourselves out of this mess, because many of us here were actually angry with the system, with the way that our system is being running. Because the reason why I'm saying this is this: wherever you have a system that favors some and destroys some, I think that system needs to be checked on, so that we will not be perished. Because either we like it or not, any system that is not actually giving us a kind of progress that we all want will destroy us. So since then, I've been trying to be very, very involved in so many things that happens. I know where Nnamdi Kanu actually started the whole struggle. I know when he was first arrested. I know when he was actually released from court. And I actually know what happened on a day that he actually took a step to run out of the country. And I can actually fault his action after he escaped, because on that day I saw a video that the military personnel actually went to his compound. They killed, they destroyed, and they do a lot of things. And it's only a tree, I repeat, only a tree that will stand for someone to cut him down before he reacts. So for him running away, for him not to be killed, to me, I'm talking about me, I won't see it as a crime for him. I didn't mean I didn't mean they left him. Even if it's to arrest him, you can actually rearrest him, not by you coming to his house like somebody is going to war, to go and wage war against human being, and you are expecting that person to still remain in that kind of circle. Him running away, I can't actually fault that. But it pains me when I see us trying to defend that act as if nothing happened that day. Like the day they went to Igbo's house, they kill as well. And nobody's even asking them, why do they even kill people in that day, in that house that day? Nobody asks these questions. And this is why I think these people actually continue to be doing whatever they know how to do best, without considering the soul and the life they can actually pay back after the killing. Why would you kill somebody like you?
Okay, let me say something on that. You see, this is a one-side story you just told now, and it is good that we are dissecting this thing. It is sometimes we listen to one-time story or one-side story, or we decide to pick it only and refuse to even think of what is other side saying. And rightly so. Many people, we are now programmed to think like that these days. We don't want to balance things up, but it doesn't work like that in court. We listen, and that's why I like the law court. He will listen to A, he will not allow A to shut B down. He will listen to B, and he will then give his own verdict. Now, You're listening to Namka and they are hip-hop guys. That is their home story. What is the story on the other side? That's the thing I think you should think about to balance your opinion to. Inambikan was granted bail. Was there any condition for the bail? The answer is yes. It's nothing you can dispute. What was one of the conditions? One of the conditions is not to gather crowd. And that condition is not to front IPOP. What was Anamkan was doing immediately after he left? You could see gathering crowd everywhere, addressing people and everything. So he breached the condition of his bail, but nobody wants to talk about that. So they almost killed him. In fact, they wanted to kill him. Secondly, the military is saying, if we are really hard to come and kill you, who are you that won't kill you? But we never came to kill you. And when people started comparing it to Igbo, I said, why are you comparing these two things? Igbo went to court and they castigated them for evading Igbo in court, and they ordered the Nigerian government to pay Igbo huge sum of money. Inamkanu should go
Which
to
they
court,
never pay.
which they never pay, of course. But it's not the issue of Igbo I'm even trying to touch now. To tell you, it's a different thing. DSS went there. Inamkanu claimed in his own case that you invaded my house. They said you breached your condition. We came to pick you. We did not kill in your house. That is their own story. Now, the fact that I will believe one, I will not believe another one, I don't reason that way. I look at the fact before me. So how did you escape is the question I keep asking, which the military asked. Okay, were you already preparing for your escape? So their whole point is that, look, you plan all these things and you just wanted to leave the country so that if you jump bail, there will be reasons for you to say you jump bail. Whichever side we want to believe, it is left for us and our conscience. But for me, I will not pick one story and leave the other. But I would like to proceed by saying this guy kept truncating his own trial. When he left for quite a long while. Later, they picked him in Kenya also and repatriated him home. When he came back home, did he continue facing his trial? No. He put on legal challenge on his extradition. That was what they battled until recently. Oh, they extradited me. I will not face my trial. They went to Court of Appeal. They went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court castigated the federal government of Nigeria for repatriating him illegally. But the court did not say take him back to UK or Zimbabwe. The court said, we castigated, in fact, the rubbish Nigerian government. Why can't you do this thing so bad? But you go and face your trial. That is justice. You return to the trial court. What have you been doing since then? You've been challenging the authority of that judge, telling the judge and the public that the Supreme Court has freed you. The same Supreme Court that says you go back to your trial. So, sometimes when we pick all these things and we just select the one we want to select, or probably, you see, that's the way I see it personally. If you face your trial, you believe you have a very good case, then face your trial. Do you need to be removing a judge from a case? And if you feel the judge is not, that judge has been there for donkeys of how many years now in your case. If you felt that judge cannot give justice, you should have challenged that judge since then and let them remove that judge and give another judge. So what has changed now? So that's my point on that. And the recent disqualification, the recent delay happened because you disqualified the judge and they have to reassign another judge. Let me tell you what I feel, what I think personally now is that no judge actually want to take in Nnamdi Kanu matter. I think so. I'm not saying I'm telling you the truth. I don't know what is truth. But if I were a judge, I would rather live in Nnamdi Kanu matter because of lies and everything and propaganda they peddle there, and they will mess your name as a judge.
And sorry, my brother. What is that applying to you? What is that applying to you? That's what you just said. What do you think is actually
causing it?
What do you think that can actually cause in our country?
Anarchy, of course. Anarchy.
So, and at the same time, don't you see it as a systematic failure on our own governance?
Nigeria is.
If a judge can if a judge can actually drop a case because of whatever that can actually return him after he declared the judgment. That
So
means we don't have the governance in place.
no,
That means nobody's safe.
so this is the way it works. And on the part of the citizens too, we have a serious issue. Judges are human beings and they are from the society. Judges are not isolated from society. During All Eyes on Judiciary, we all saw how
Hello, Mumi
the
Bawoni.
Folly, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry. Okay, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
during the All Eyes on Judiciary, we all saw how these OB guys were putting out pictures of judges, rooting out the details of their children, rooting out the schools of their children, rooting out their house numbers and house addresses, and everywhere in the world. As human being, you wouldn't want that to happen to you, that somebody will be blackmailing you because of the duty of the state that you're discharging. So I
No.
won't place the blame on the judges. I blame it on the society and our people who believe they know more than everybody. So that's the way I see it. So if you say Nnamdi Kanu and their top of their list is to free Nnamdi Kanu, it's just as far as I'm concerned, it's hyper agenda. And I know why Sowore is doing that. My own deduction to that is that Sowore is just doing that because Sowore believes that Obi actually cornered a chunk of his discipleship from that southeast, and you just want to get that support back from there in preparation for 2027. That's me. Second point I would like to make, which just 2 points is okay for me, on their list. They are talking about changing constitution, and I keep saying it. Which constitution do you want to change? What is your alternative? Till today, Sowore has not provided any alternative to us and say, look, I've sat down with my boys, I've sat down with the apostles, my disciples who believe in me, and we have drafted this is what we think the constitution should be like. Or give us a glimpse of these are the areas that are wrong with this constitution. Let us rewrite it this way. This is how the system should function. You're a politician, you're in a position, but all you're just chanting is that hack down the constitution, change the constitution. Change to what? That's the question. And you contested under the same constitution. So, assuming you are taking advantage of the constitution, would you be in the street? The answer is no. So, you can't eat your cake and have it. Play your politics if you want to be a politician where people will support you as in opposition. If you want to be an activist, remain in that lane and be an activist. You know, that's my take on all these issues. He's talking about INEC too, INEC restructuring. What does it mean? What does it mean? He has not told anyone. I keep listening to his interview. Are you saying we shouldn't be having INEC president chairman again? Are you saying president should not appoint INEC chairman? If you're saying president should not appoint, who should appoint? These are the questions. Who should appoint? If you are saying, okay, who should appoint should be National Assembly, how should they be appointed? So those are the issues I think are matters arising from this issue. And to me, I wish Sowore were dancing in the street. It's a good thing. All right. Thank you, Shema.
Thank you. I agree with your total submission. It was very thorough how you listed the errors in Shore's protest. So, yeah, thank you. I guess we're just going to wait till one man comes back in and perhaps let some people in his studio or, you know.
All right, that's fine. I'll soon leave. I don't know. He said half an hour. Okay. Nobody knows when they said the protest will get to Abuja. Well, we wish them well. Tomorrow is going to be a business day in Nigeria. I hope they're not going to truncate people's businesses. Although Sowore is not known for that, and so we'll watch and see what's going to happen tomorrow. So
I
far,
think because Sowore is on ground, like he's in Nigeria, I think he'll be very careful on how he coordinates this protest. Because everything will fall back on him.
if you check his antecedents,
Hmm.
Sowore, hardly will you see his protest leading to all these criminalities, and because he has his boys, he has his guys that are always around him, and you will not do anyhow. Even sometimes you see them talking civilly with police, except if they are messing up, he talk anyhow to them. But you won't see his boys pushing police or dragging. You won't do that. So one can hope that they allow Nigerians, those who are not ready to protest with them, those who want to do their business, those who doesn't believe in their approach, to continue doing their own things, and they don't load their own on others. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to listen to President Tinubu's speech for the Independence Day?
No, not at all. As far as I'm concerned, um, I've expressed it here before. President Tinubu needs to declare state of emergency on food security, and then he needs to start do something on electricity in Nigeria. Until they touch those two things, I don't think I want to really listen to what President Tinubu is saying, because a nation that cannot feed itself is not pushing a sustainable society at all. We have Greenland, we have expanse on land in Nigeria, and we cannot feed ourselves. It's terrible. And until then, I don't know. He will only wish us well and tell Nigeria to still try to cope with the situation, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can predict what the president will say. So I've not, but I'll take my time maybe at night to just listen to what he said today. But I'm not until they touch electricity, and then food security. I don't think I really want to listen to what President Tinubu wants to say for now.
Okay, because the other panelists last night, they were really, you know, giving their own opinions on the Tinubu's administration so far, like Larry and Kulata and the others. They were not really impressed. So, what do you think about his administration so far? And do you think he will change ministers like the finance minister?
Oh yeah, well, changing ministers. Yeah, we've all been saying that, and it's ripe enough. It's time for him to change many of those ministers. Many of us agree that many of the ministers were appointed based on political affiliations and not necessarily their expertise. I also believe that some of them were also appointed based on their expertise, but probably the system overwhelmed them, and they don't even really can't get their expertise on table to do things. Those ones also should go. The ones that are performing should remain. And if I say the one that are performing, as far as I'm concerned, aviation should remain. I think it's performing. FCT minister should remain. I think it's performing. Interior should remain. I think it's performing. Power to an extent recently. I think it's performing. I don't really see many of them that I can. Those are the few ones. Maybe some other ones I can't remember now. But majority of them I think should go, and then it should make more wide consultation. And when I say wide consultation, I don't mean to be consulting politicians. I think it should make more wide consultation to experts in different fields this time around, before appointing them. I don't think he should adopt the approach of Buhari, by allowing minister to stay too long in the office without changing them. I understand that when you keep changing them, they want to settle in the office and then start studying what is on ground and everything. It takes time. Probably that was what led to Buhari's approach, but we've all seen that Buhari's approach never worked. except for few ministries, maybe Ministry of Works, worked, and some few ministries. So I don't expect him to, you know, to adopt that approach. I expect him to change his ministers.
Do you think former Governor Fashola should replace Bajabiamila?
Fashola should go and rest.
Really? So you
Chief
don't
of
think he's strong enough to take over the role?
no,
As
you're right. That Nigeria is almost 300 million. Well, there's no reason recycling all these guys. If Fashola has tried, he tried in
Tinubu
Lagos,
has tried too. Tinubu has tried, and he's still shouting
of
and
course.
milk-on, right?
Initially, my take on Tinubu was that why should you be contesting? You should have one of your guys, someone like that Fashola, to contest. But
Exactly.
yeah, but when you look at it, then politics at the presidency level is different. Um, First question he may want to ask himself is, no matter the weight I put behind this guy, can he garner such votes? The big answer will be no. It won't be appealing to some people, particularly there are some parts of Nigeria that it will not be appealing to. Okay, so he decided to contest. It's nobody's decision, but he decided to contest. So he contested. Fine. Now he has won the election. So Fashola should rest. Fashola really tried in works. If Nigeria really pay close attention to where we are coming from and where we are or where we were as at the time Fashola left office, in terms of infrastructure, those rail system and everything, really try and Amechi too, they all tried. And I think they should just go and rest. I think there are people. After all, there was no Fashola before before Tinubu discovered Fashola. If you go back to his story of how he discovered him, it wasn't before they discovered him. He was just a normal lawyer doing his own in a law firm
I
owned
have
by.
I have a question, sir. What do you think about the display of very dark black man at the House of Assembly? Like, as in his speech, his rhetoric. Because he was just talking anyhow. He even said, "This meeting is a cruise because Mr. Femi Falanon, he didn't come, and even Bobrisky didn't come to the meeting."
Well, I'll soon take a leave, but if you want my take on that, uh, you see all this very dark man thing where I followed it, but first and foremost, you see all these guys, they are more of traffic driven than sincerity in what they are doing. If you go to maybe his Instagram or his Twitter or anything now, you will see that his traffic and everything must have increased. His YouTube channel and all those things must have increased. That's the world we live now. That's what they do. They create space and find things that can make them trendy. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't see very dark man in the bracket of an activist. Anybody can just come out and say he's an activist. But is what in publicity, this thing they call, he has his own nuisance value too. So he has his own nuisance value. So you can't discard him. Yes, he's um, challenging the authority, putting them on their toes too. It's the beauty of democracy. You all want all of them, and there's nothing National Assembly can even do about him. Yeah, anybody can go there to go and talk whatever they like there. That's the beauty of democracy. It's freedom of expression. So you can enter there as long as it's not being physical with them or assaulting anybody. So you can say whatever is in his mind. And more so, they don't even have power to arrest him or do anything. So And I think that was the reason why Bobrisky also was not there, although they said he vain ignorance that I was sick and everything. So, to me, let government do what they need to do. Your prison system has been compromised. Get those ones that are responsible punished, and then tighten the system. Your EFCC guys are compromised. Get those who are responsible there, and then tighten the system. Simple. Then whoever discloses it, and let me tell you, there's another thing people don't really see here. Recording or bringing out somebody's personal conversation is an issue on its own that has its own legal implications. In law, for instance, we say in Nigeria, where you generate your evidence doesn't matter. Okay, the weight of the evidence and the relevance is what matters. So in this instance, you can say, okay, the recording is there. So the recording is what we want to deal with. What is it contain? But at the same time, we can go back and revisit how did you now generate that particular conversation? How did it get to your hand? Did you bug her or him? Or did you extract it from empty hand? Did the service provider release it to you? Or how did you breach his privacy? It's an issue that I think we should start going down into and check in Nigeria. I remember I made this point when Yes Daddy tape came out, the Peter Obi tape came out, which Kenneth Okonkwo admitted. That tape, when it came out, yes, apart from people knowing Peter Obi's mind, which you always disguise not to let us know, but at least the conversation made us to understand his attitude towards religious underpinnings of election in Nigeria. But beyond that, I asked the question: the person that released this conversation, how did he get that conversation? It's one of the things that agencies like DSS and others should be investigating after the dust has settled. You should be able to find out. So how? Because before we know it, tomorrow you just realize that personal, private conversations of everybody in Nigeria is not safe. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts on today's independence and protest. I appreciate your contribution.
Ogbeni.
Good morning, Baba Janle Coco.
Baba, I was about to go.
Don't go. Don't go.
I have class by 4, but let me listen to you before then.
Yeah, don't go yet. Just give me some few minutes because you have been going after Sowore and you've been canning out the
No, I praise
propaganda.
him.
Baba
I know
Ja,
what
I'm
he's doing.
praising you. Baba Ja, good morning.
Good morning, Tioma. How are you?
I'm
Mr.
fine.
Foley, you are back.
Yes,
So
I'm
how
back.
are
Yeah,
you,
I'm back.
Tioma? All right. So I was listening to you, Ogbeni. Ogbeni
Yeah,
there?
Baba.
Gone.
Baba, I'm here.
Bawodi.
I do well. But the class in 4 o'clock, but I'll give you 10 minutes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you. You see, I heard you saying a lot of things about Sowore, asking for what he got as alternative to the bad governance that he claimed that Tinubu has unleashed on Nigerian people. You see, when you are asking for all this kind of question, it just shows that you are on the side of the government and you are supporting the government all the way. You don't see any reason why Nigerians must come out to challenge the government or raise some questions on some of the bad policy that they have unleashed on Nigerian people that brought hardship and this thing. So in this case, Sowore is not even the issue. This is Nigerian problem. Nigerian problem, we elected people to go and solve that problem. Yet they are not solving it. What do we do? Should we just sit down and do nothing? For example, today, he made a speech. I heard you said, oh, you have not listened to it. You go and listen to it later. And you are saying, oh, until when he do something on electricity and stuff like that, that is when you will. So it showed that you yourself, you are not even happy. You're not even happy with the administration yet. But yet, when
Of
somebody else,
course,
yeah,
I've never shied away from expressing that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what it shows, that you are not happy with them. For you not to even have taken your time to even listen, it shows that you yourself, you are not happy with them.
Yes, 100%. I'm not
Yeah.
100% happy with them.
So why do you have to go after Sowore, who is doing his activism? You know him. That is what he knows to do best. Going on the
Baba
street.
Dale Koko, I think you joined late. This point you are making, I've made that point.
Okay. So
Yes. And I praise him for being in the street and not disturbing people's businesses. And I said he's a veteran activist. And I said he has no business. Where we did divergent point is he has no business in politics. It should just be his activism, just be doing it. But going to politics is his personal opinion and his personal choice. And I said, if you go into politics, play opposition. And I said, what does oppositions do? I said one of the things opposition do is that they put government on their toes and find alternative. If you are saying bring down the constitution, where is the one you have drafted? Where is the one that you are giving us as alternative? Or is your point just let's demolish? So these are the things is I'm not 100% against Sowore. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's putting government on their toes. He's raising awareness and all those things. So
you see,
don't castigate me.
you see,
And the fact that I'm not happy with the government, yes, you can't be 100% happy with government, even if you support the government to power. If you have some expectations and they are not meeting that expectation, it will be a bad wagon argument to say, oh, since there are some things you expect they are not doing, therefore, it's now a reason for protest. No, I won't, I don't approach things like that. Yeah. The guy see it. Yeah.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Baba Dale.
You can hear. Okay, so I mean, for you to even ask for him to present alternative constitution, you know, against what we have on the ground today, I think you are just. I think you are not fair to him. How do you want him to present constitution when already is asking for the government to let us sit down as people and write our own constitution? So what else do you want him to do? What alternative constitution are you asking him to present for people to see? I mean, you are not fair to him with that statement. For you to call on him, oh, present something different. How would he do that? And even if he had presented something different, wouldn't you have called him, oh, look at him. He's writing his own kangaroo constitution. He's not even, who has he consulted with? Who has he? That is the question you will be raising at that point. So I think your question and what you are asking him to do as regard that constitution, I think you are very unfair to Sowore. You know he's been asking for Nigerian, successive administrations since 1999 that we should sit down and let the people write their own constitution and do away with this military constitution that we are using in Nigeria today, that is not good for us as a country and has not worked for the people. So I think it'd be good for us to be fair to this guy Sowore for what he's doing, and the best that we can do for our country is to succeed, to support him to succeed, because this fight is bigger than him, is bigger than, I mean, it should be taken as a fight for all of us. It is a fight for all of us and not Sowore's fight. But you guys are looking at him as, oh, this is Sowore doing his own thing. It is not Sowore's thing. What he's doing is doing it on our behalf. And we are going to fail.
Here we go again.
We are going to fail as people.
Sorry, I'm just interjecting. I'm just interjecting because I've spent my 10 minutes. I have to leave. You see, let me quickly say, see, here we go again. First, I've said it. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than others. Sowore can test his popularity in the street, and we can see the population following him here. But you know, we are fond of this thing, coming to somebody is representing Nigerians. He tested his popularity to election. How many Nigerians actually voted for him?
Oh, Ogbeni.
And no, so okay, I'm here now. You must lord Sowore over me that he's speaking for me.
No. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that is the fight that Sowore is fighting is not for him, but for Nigerian people. For
which Nigerian people? Am I not part of Nigerian people? And I'm telling you that his demands are not my demands. His demands are unsustainable.
Hold on. So all the demand, you want to tell me categorically that none, you don't agree with any of those demands?
Please name one, sir. Name one that you think I should agree with. Name one.
Okay.
Just one.
The writing of constitution.
I've told you is faulty. There's nothing wrong with that. Has always been my position here. And I always challenge people.
Hold on. Where one man even brought it yesterday. All the 14 demand. Have you seen all the 14 demand?
I've seen it. That's why I said, tell me one.
Hold on, Ogbeni, be sincere.
Tell me one that you think I should follow.
So all of them, there's nothing that resonates with you.
No, see the point. You see,
all of them in totality. All of them.
No, what you want to do for me is what do we call this thing?
No, just be fair. You don't have to agree
with me in one corner. Wait.
You don't have to agree with him in totality.
No, I'm coming now. I said I don't agree with his approach. I don't agree with his approach.
You have changed that the approach now. Now it is now the approach.
And also his list. Wait now, but I will soon go. And I mean they teach. And I never prepare well for this class.
Oh, sorry.
See, this is my point. I pick Nnamdi Kanu, for instance. I don't have any reason to say go and release Nnamdi Kanu extrajudicially. The last time he was in court, he was supposed to have his day. He disqualified that judge, and they sent his file back. I won't be in the street, or whoever is in the street saying they should release him is not representing me.
Okay.
Simply representing IPOC. I pick Constitution. I said the 1999 Constitution, since 1999 we've been altering some part of it, some positions of it, some part to refine it and make it fine. Some are of the jurisprudential thoughts that the whole thing should go, we should have a new one. Some of us are of the thought that no, we can keep amending this one and fine-tune it and get a best out of it. Two different positions. Sowore has one position, but his position doesn't align with mine. So I have you with that. So that's why I pick it one by one. I said, look, when you look at all this, eventually, if Sowore is a politician, find an alternative. If you want me to believe that the constitution should go, which area are you talking about? Do we change our federal system? What do we change this to? Do we scrap our military? Then what do we have in alternative? Do we scrap prison? What do we have? We want to reduce ministers. So which are the ministry we should retain? Things like that are what me as a person will be expecting. And I'll call it a day, Baba Dale Koko. You've taken my time. Sorry.
Okay, Ogbeni.
All right, so see you later.
All right, see you. All right, you come back later in the day. Odilo, I think it's gone. So who else is there? Chioma. Chioma is gone too. One man is gone.